My telephone career, where I started in the Bay Area, that's where I'm born and raised, and my wife also. 32 years with AT&T, Ma Bell, for those that would remember that, Pacific Telephone back in the day. You know, we were fortunate. I was able to transfer, move around. Out of the Bay Area, I transferred to Eureka, California. Love the ocean, love the redwoods, all that. I moved here. You know, now it's even more sparse and more outdoorsy. Bird watching is a big time passion up here, passion of mine. The beauty of Mount Shasta, the community I live in, it has 4 seasons. So I love the outdoors. I was able to walk to and from work for 12 years, lifelong dream of mine, having commuted in the Bay Area, if you will. And again, a great place because of the small town environment. Every community I ever worked or lived in, I would go to the city council meetings. That's one of the things that an old timer had told me. That's where you find out what's going to happen, not today, tomorrow, but as things roll out. Fast forward to Mount Shasta, where I started my political career over 20 years ago as a city council member and spent 8 years doing that. And that was eye-opening, a learning experience, and the stepping stone that led me into being the county supervisor. As a rural supervisor who came from the urban environment and worked in a suburban environment, the problems, the issues are all the same, just on a different scale. So think homelessness. As you well know, in the urban areas, it's a huge issue. It is a huge issue for rural counties, even though it's a smaller in proportion, if you will, but still the same issue. I found my success as a politician being a listener. We had a fire and people were complaining about it's costing me a fortune to take burnt trees or whatever, or I want to clean my property, to the transfer station. So I started a one-day with low-cost green waste program. The following year was a 2-day. The third year was a week. This year was 2 weeks. One of the things I'm most proud about, getting what the people want and need. It doesn't happen overnight, and you have to stay with it. Not only do you need to be a good listener, you need to show leadership. You need to show up in your community. When I first was running for election in the city of Dunsmuir, a former mayor says, "Oh, you'll be like the rest of the supervisors that get elected here. We'll never see you again." And I took that to heart. That's why I started here in Dunsmuir, as you well know, with this beautiful place called Dunsmuir Botanical Gardens right by the river. And the people, and you saw some of the people saying, "Hey, Ed," because they know who I am. And they know me by first name, and they know that I come regularly and visit. For me personally, in a rural county, it's going and having that cup of coffee with constituents and being willing to do that at any given time. At the end of the day, I can't tell you what an honor and a privilege it's going to be the president of the State Association of Counties. I'm not one to pat myself on the back, but this is the one time when it's a feather in my cap to say that I've been president of a fantastic organization. That'll be the first time someone from Siskiyou County has reached that level. It's an honor and a privilege. I'm going to give it 101% to make sure this is a good year for CSAC and the CSAC team and the organization.